I used ChatGPT to write a classic punk song, and I intended on recording, mixing, mastering, and releasing it in under 6 hours. So let's see how I did. So I first went into ChatGPT and asked it to write me a Ramon-style song about rockets. And this is what it gave me, which is pretty cool. Then I asked it for a Ramon-style chord progression for this song, and this is what it gave me here. Verse, chorus, bridge, outro. Looks very basic, and I can work with this. But just looking at the chords that it chose for the verse, it kind of looks like a Blitzkrieg Bop style of chord progression, and I don't want this song to sound like Blitzkrieg Bop. So what I did is I grabbed my bass guitar, then I played around with this chord progression a bit, and all of this took about 35 minutes. So there was about 5 minutes for the writing of the song in ChatGPT. And then there was me coming up with how I wanted to play the chords for each part of the song. And that was about 30 minutes. I'm now ready to go into my software and get ready to start recording. I went into Studio One to record this track because I wanted to do it quickly. And I know Studio One has a nice quick workflow. And once I got into Studio One, I changed the tempo to what I wanted it to be. And then I used the arranger track to set the different parts for this song. So I have intro, verse, chorus, after chorus, which is something I added in there and wasn't part of the ChatGPT writing. Then I have verse, chorus, after chorus again, bridge, chorus, outro. This is pretty much all what ChatGPT wanted, except for that after chorus part that I added in there. So now that I have my song all laid out with how it's going to flow, I can start adding the drums that I want in there. What I use is Easy Drummer 3. How I do this is I grab my bass guitar and then I'll go in and listen to some of the grooves that it has in here and play along with it. And then when I find something that works, I just easily drag and drop it over into here and move it around like that. And if I want, I can use it over and over again. Just click and drag it. So I copy it. Then I'll do the same thing for the chorus. So you can see in here we have chorus. And I just continue doing that for my whole song. Recording to a drum track like that is a lot nicer than just recording to a click track. And doing this drum track for the whole song and coming up with this flow of the song on the arranger track took me about 50 minutes. So I'm now ready to start to record my bass. Now I can record a couple of different guitars, and I'm just using Ampire as the amp sim for this. Nothing too fancy here. So I now have my drums, my bass, my guitars all recorded, and I'm ready for vocals. And so far, this took me about 40 minutes to record all of this. Not too bad. And then I recorded my lead vocals, a double track, and all of my backing vocals. And because I'm not a great singer, but I love to sing, so whatever. But because I'm not a great singer, it took me about 40 minutes to record all of these parts for such a short, simple song. I still have to mix, master, come up with some album art, and then go through the actual process of releasing in about 3 hours. Now, you can see how quick you can start to come up with music and release your own songs by doing this. And if you want to start releasing your own songs, be sure to check out DistroKid. They allow you to release unlimited tracks and you keep 100% of the royalties. So what's the catch? Well, there is a membership fee. It's just under $20 per year, but if you use the link down in the description, you're going to save 7% off of that. So really not too bad to start releasing unlimited music and getting 100% of those royalties. And they don't just stop at releasing your music. They also give you a bunch of goodies for marketing it. Plus they give you some social media access like your verified artist account on YouTube, Spotify, and you can even get Twitch affiliate access through DistroKid. So be sure to use the link down in the description, save some money, and start releasing your music in style with DistroKid. Now, let's get back into my song. So you can see I've gone through through, I've done some mixing now. I've made the drums into a multi-output instrument, so it's just not on one track. And I've used the SSL 4KB channel strip on pretty much every track in this project, because with that, I can use my SSL UC1 to quickly mix this song, and that's what I've done. So you can hear what I've got going on with this mix so far.
I wanna go to space in a rocket ship so fast. Gonna leave this planet behind and see the stars at last. Rocket, rocket blasting off. Gonna leave this world behind.
All right, so I'm pretty happy with this mix. It took me about an hour and a half to do all of this. So let's render this down now and start to master it. And now to speed up the mastering process, I went into Wavelab. I used Isotope Ozone, went with the mastering assistant and let it do its thing. Then I added the Waves Kramer tape after that because I really like the way that sounds in there. And I also used a little bit of Waves L1 on there as well. Then I rendered all of this down and I now have my final track that I'm ready to release. And seriously, this took me maybe 10 minutes to do. So now I have about another hour and 20 minutes to come up with some album art and then go through the release process. So for this, I'm going to go on to Pixabay, which has a bunch of free artwork. I searched for rocket drawing because I thought maybe that's something I could go with. Just scroll through here and I found this rocket graffiti, and this should be perfect for my album art. I just got to edit it a little bit and it should be good to go. So you can see I brought it into Photoshop here. I added Rocket down the side here. I added my band logo right there, put a little bit of color on here and just some little lines just to kind of add some more to this picture. And I'm happy with this, so I'm going to save it, and this is what we're going to release it with. Coming up with that album art took me about an hour, so I have around 15 minutes to get this song released. And that's going to be easy in DistroKid. You can see we could go through here, number of songs, 1, previously released, no, artist or name of band. See, because I've released music from this band before, everything fills out on its own. My Spotify, our Apple Music. If it's your first time going through this and you don't have any Spotify or any of this stuff, you don't have to worry about that because it's going to create it for you. If you have an Instagram, though, you can add it in there, and same with your Facebook. You can add it in there as well. Then you just put your release date in there. You upload your album artwork. You can choose your primary genre of music. For this one, I'll choose punk. And then secondary will be rock. Give it a title. Add version info to the song title. And I like to do this. So I will go to other, and usually I'll just put in here single. And now it's going to call it Rocket single version, just in case I include this on an album later, and maybe I do a different bit of mix or a different master for it. Just having this single separates it from what I might include on an album. Then you upload your audio file in there, go through the rest of this stuff, and be sure to read all of this. Then you would just say yes, yes, yes to all of that, click done, and that's it. You've uploaded your song. So I made it under my 6-hour allotted time. If you want to check out the full song, click the video on the screen. Or if you want to check out the super fast Presonus Studio One, click the video underneath that. If you liked this one, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.